Welcome to episode 7 of No BS TS. In this one, we're going to look at generics. This is my favorite part of TypeScript. I can't wait to dig into it with you. We're going to actually cover generics in a couple of different videos in here because there's such an important feature of TypeScript. Let's get right into it. Okay, so I'm actually interested in kind of following along with tuples from the previous episode. So I'm going to go and copy this, and then we're going to create a new file called generics.ts. And it's interesting, if you look at this, how would it work if we just replaced string with some type, any type? Not the any type, but a type that we specify. So if, for example, I can go here and select all of string and just replace it with t. And now we can use the generic to say, hey, I want to specify that there is this type. It's called T. You can call it actually whatever you want, but a lot of folks call it T. I'm not sure I'm 100% down with that. And in this case, T is going to be replaced with whatever is in initial state up there. So let's go here and make this now just simple state. Okay, looking pretty good. Although I might refine this a little bit and just change that to val since it's now a bit more generic. But let's try this out. Let's go and create a state1 getter and a state1 setter. And now let's start off with a simple state of, say, 10 as a number. Now, watch it closely here. So I'm going to bring up parentheses, and it starts off as initial unknown. And now as I type 1, which is a number, it goes to a number. So our entire state system has changed because now it knows that, in this case, initial is a number, and therefore t is a number, and every single place where we use t becomes a number. All right, so let's do a console.log of our state1 getter. And I'll do a before and after, and then I'll call my state1 setter with, I don't know, 62, something like that. Let's give it a try. So mpx ts node, and then generics. And there you go. 10 became 62. Now here's an interesting one. So let's make a state 2. And I really want this to be null or a string. So let's see, I'm going to do null in there. And I'm going to replace these with state 2. And I get an issue here. So let's see, I want to put a string in there, but I get this issue. And what is that telling me? So it's telling me that the argument type string is not assignable to a parameter type of null. So what's happening here is that simple state, this template, is picking up that initial is null. And it's basically saying the only acceptable value in initial or in T is null. The only type that can be handled by null is null itself. So what we need to do is we need to override T. And the way that we do that is we use the generic syntax, and then we give it the type that we want to fill in that spot. And so we give it either a string or null. And now in this case, that works just fine. Let's give it a go. Great. So we start off at null, and then we got to string. Awesome. Okay, so let's try one more experiment in generics. I'm going to create a function called ranker. And it's going to take a list of items. Just start off with unknown there as an array. And then it's going to be given a ranking algorithm. We'll call it rank. And that's a function. It takes a value, which in this case is going to be whatever comes in. And it's going to return a number, which would be its rank. And then it's going to return a sorted list of all those items based on their rank. Now, I really don't want to use unknown in here. So let us go and change that out to a rank item. And then use the generic syntax to specify that that is a ranked item list that we're looking for. So the way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to create a new array. We'll call it ranks. And we'll do that by iterating through all of the items using map. And we'll get each item. And then we'll create a new structure where we have the item and then we have its rank. And we get that rank by calling that on item. Okay, so now I've got this array that has 2 items in it, for everyone. And now let's go and sort that. And we'll just do something simple like a.rank minus b.rank or something like that. It really doesn't matter. And at the end of this, we're going to do ranks.map and take those ranks and peel off the rank.item. And that's going to give us back our rank items. But now what is the type of this guy? So let's do Command K, Command I. And okay, that's interesting. It's got this as a type. So let's go and make that a type. So we'll call that interface. So my rank, maybe something like this. Get rid of that. And I can do rank like so. That's kind of cool, but it's because I'm inside of this function that I can get access to rank item like that. What if I were to go and export this over here? Now that's problematic because I no longer have access to rank item. But what I can do is I can make this generic. So I can put in rank item in here. And now down in here, I can define that this is a rank item like so. And I can kind of pass that through to this interface. That's one of the really cool things about TypeScript. You can make almost anything generic. You make a class generic. You make a function generic. You can make an interface generic. You can make a type generic. So super powerful. All right, to try this out, I'm going to create a new interface called Pokemon. And we'll give it a name, which is a string, and a hit points, which is a number. And we'll create a list of Pokemon. And I'm just doing this off the top of my memory. So let's see, there's a Bulbasaur. And its hit points are, let's say 20. And we'll make one more, Megasaur. They're all sores, I guess. And its hit points is 5. How about that? Now let's do our ranker. And we'll give it the Pokemon. And then really cool, so it's showing us that our rank function takes a Pokemon and should return a number. So what do I want out of my Pokemon? Well, let's just take the hit points. And then I'm going to return hit points. That's my ranked algorithm there. And let's see. How's it do? Ranks. Okay, great. Well, it went from low to high. So Megasaur comes in at 5, Bulbasaur comes in at 20. Awesome. All right. Cool. A generic ranking algorithm and also a demonstration of how to use generics in functions like this. Okay, so coming up in part 8, we're going to take a look at the incredibly powerful key-of operator and how it applies to generics. But of course, in the meantime, feel free to like and share this video with your friends. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And of course, ring that bell and you'll be notified the next time one of these videos comes out.